and see what he ends up doing. We do have it loading up now, and we are into the game, guys, so let's get into it. We are in the last best of 3 of the day. Only one of these players can advance to the group stages tomorrow here at the Intel Extreme Masters Singapore. In this Singapore showdown, we have in the top right-hand corner a red Zerg player. It is Ladybug. There we go. And guys, we have another Singaporean player who's been playing excellently pretty much all day here. The blue Protoss in the bottom left. Who wants to see this guy advance? Give it up for Blysk. Blysk still marginally, I'd say, a fan favorite here.
Yeah, I think I heard a little bit more for Blysk there, but we'll see. You know, Ladybug, that was such, you know, it didn't work, okay? The build that we saw him do just recently, where he went 10 pool speed and pool his lings in his base and then run across, you know, right before speed finishes. Sure. It did not end up working. It ended up not being as good as his opponent's defense. But I liked it. That's the type of cheese that I love to see at a tournament like this, where a player is going to break out something that no one's really tried before. And
yeah, sure.
I feel like if he could maybe do that against Protoss, Protoss can be very fickle. You have to know exactly how to stop the cheese coming at you. So if he could come up with something a little bit crazy like that again, may be able to break down Blisk's front door.
Well, we saw that even against a ridiculously skilled opponent, I mean, that strategy still actually did some damage. It didn't do, don't forget, it didn't do quite as much as he wanted to do it, and yes, ultimately he lost the game, but it wasn't like it was a complete and utter failure and disaster either, in the sense that it was completely repelled with no damage done.
Yeah.
So he might pull something out of the bag here. In fact, I'd love to see something like that happen. That's a really good point there, Artosis. As we have now, second base is going down for both players, so the probe delaying a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah. Well, the pool already done here for Ladybug. We do have a cannon going up immediately, though, so everything's going to be A-OK for him. And you know, this is all starting to look very, very standard. Not a lot that we can truly predict from here. You know, we have to wait a little bit longer to see what these guys have planned.
Ladybug at the moment just doing a quick scout of the third base with a drone there, wanting to make sure that the probe hasn't hidden itself there, and potentially cannons up the third now, going to be taking that base as well. So it looks like, in the early game at least, we're not going to see too much of a deviation from the established norms in this matchup, Artosis. Both players willing to at least go into the mid game, which I guess maybe is a little bit less expected from Ladybug as it would be from Blysk, I guess, from what we were saying earlier.
Well, to be fair, you know, we haven't seen too many of Ladybug's games.
Yeah, that's true.
Cheese is almost not even cheese in ZVZ in a certain way when you think about it. There's a lot of aggression in the matchup. So it's not a terrible idea for him to do any of that. So the third base, everything pretty standard for Blysk as far as his timings on his buildings go. Pretty nice little wall going down and everything. Yeah,
bit of a misplacement there on the building. Doesn't lose him too much, though, immediately remaking that cybernetic score. And now he's going to be sending out another probe, which is oh so important to make sure that the third base is down. You don't want to get caught with your pants down with some sort of two-base all-in. So always worth just double-checking, making sure the third hatch is there.
Exactly. You know, I think he's figured out that, hey, you know what, I'm pretty solid in late-game PvZ. So just make sure, spend that little bit of extra time, spend that little bit of extra minerals figuring this out.
And the Queen deciding to not give the probe any attention as it moves into the main. And Blysk is going to get a full scout off of what Ladybug is doing. This probe just pretty much a free tourist here, man. Like, not getting attacked by anything.
Well, probe just going to keep on getting through. It actually gets to see the double gas timing.
Wow.
You normally don't see a probe get this much scouting intel in this matchup. To actually be in the main base and see the exact moment that the gases go down is super valuable. So he knows that this is 100% normal what he's seeing from his opponent.
That's right.
And he can react however he wants from here. And in fact, with 3 gates going up and that quick +1 still on the way, I wonder if he's going to try to put on some pressure.
Additional 2 gases being taken at the natural as well from Blysk. So 4 gateways and a potential lot of gas being taken.
He actually has a probe out on the map still, let's not forget. Looks like he's going to throw down a pylon, and this +1 pressure could be really, really strong. This is well timed out, well done by Blysk so far.
Let's see how quickly Ladybug can react to this. The pylon is not the closest we've ever seen, of course, to the base, so if Ladybug is able to scout it out, he'll have plenty of time to prepare. And I like that, oh, we missed it just now, but the probe was being kept away from the pylon as well, so it wasn't just standing next to it when it was built, so that he could sneak away and do something else as well. And we have got a second very aggressive looking pylon who might be placed shortly, and no, this probe's actually just going to use for scanning.
He shift clicked it, and the creep actually got there in time to stop it.
Oh, wow.
My god. If that gets up, that'll be a big deal. Now, we do have a bunch of +1 units going across the map. 4 Zealots, a Stalker coming up to join them as well. Now, that pylon in the main base, that could distract him a bit. A 1 Queen alone isn't going to take that out. So he's got to send up units, but that allows his other units to do a lot of damage in here.
Oh my goodness, and the pylon is what's distracting and doing all the damage here. And are we going to get the warp in at the pylon? It looks like it might actually stay up in the main base. Zealots coming in now, and the Queen trying to scramble back onto creep, but it looks like she's going down as well. A lot of damage being done by Blysk.
Oh, Ladybug is starting to get in a lot of trouble. These slow Zerglings not going to hold their own against +1 Zealots very well. Will kill that pylon, but his third base, he's already lost so many drones. This is a terrible situation for Ladybug.
And we can't send the Lings and Roaches to the third base yet as well, because we have Zealots still in the main mineral line. They will get cleaned up, but not before the third hatch gets killed. And this is huge for our Protoss.
It is so huge indeed. This is a bad move going on right now.
And he is really ahead right now, so Dark Shrine?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Dark Shrine. When you're way ahead of your opponent because you killed his hatchery and most of his drones, Dark Shrine.
Got it. Okay.
Yes, and not just that, but Blink as well. So, I mean, he's powering up quite a bit, getting a lot of tech there that he can use. And you know what? This Dark Shrine, I think, can do a good job. I mean, he's going to want to be out on the map trying to get some counter damage done, so those DTs may have a free route into the base.
I like that the Overseer is coming with the Roaches as well, though. So Ladybug at least responding appropriately here. But just so much damage has been done. I don't really know what Ladybug intends to accomplish with this little push here. I get the impression that by the time he's there, there'll be sufficient numbers of force fields that just a warp in of Stalkers can start sectioning off the Roaches.
Yeah, you know, these Roaches, maybe, we'll see if they can get something done, but he is a little bit too quick here. Look at that beautiful force fields going down. Can easily take out that little group of Roaches, and in fact, the one on the low ground as well. Super well done so far by Blysk.
Even the Photon Cannon getting a piece of the action here. Really good force fields and just slowly sectioning off the army. Not quite trapping Roaches second time around.
No, that's right. But he does have 2 DTs out over near his opponent's base. Looks like one's going to go for the third, one for the natural. And he could get a lot of kills here. I think there's only 1 Overseer. Yeah, there's only 1 Overseer, so not a lot of detection to deal with these DTs.
2 more DTs coming in up the ramp as well. The second one in the main base is now starting to slaughter drones left, right, and center, but 2 more going into the natural. A Spore Crawler gets started, but a lot later than desired, and 4 Dark Templar are just doing so much damage right now. He's scrambling back to the third base to try and save it before the DT kills it off. Where is the Overseer, though? He's not going to get back in time. The third is gone.
Well, the third is in trouble. So is the natural a little bit. Oh my god, the third got killed, not canceled, and Blysk just continues to get further and further ahead.
Not the Roach Warren as well. 1 hit.
Oh, barely.
Maybe 2 hits, 25 hit points, pretty close. But wow, so that does actually end up. If that went down as well, that would have been so frustrating for Ladybug.
That really, really would have. Well, right now he is getting charged, continuing his +2 attack upgrade, getting that robotics as well, realizing that he may end up needing observers, may want an Immortal or a Warp Prism as well. And the army right now that Blysk has is just so frightening. I feel like if he reinforces well, he might be able to just run over Ladybug right now.
This is, I think you're just right, Artosis. He could just walk straight across the map. He does have, I think, a Warp Prism as well. Does he? No, not yet, pardon me. He has one in production, though. Yeah. And once that catches up with the army as well, I think he's just going to be able to reinforce so quickly. And based on the harassment damage done so far, Ladybug can't do much about it.
Well, there's too many units here left. And look at this. He's just absolutely killing right now. Way too much supply for Blysk here. Ladybug down by 50 almost. And, I mean, Zerg has to be up by 50 to hold this. So I think we're going to be seeing GG pretty soon here.
This is, it's a position where I mean, coupled with good micro as well from Blysk, this is going to end up being very, very crushing. He probably won't just march straight into the main until the Warp Prism catches up with the army, but that said, that's like 5 seconds away. Great force field. GG.
Wow, Blysk with some very strong play there. A very nice +1 Zealot Warpin. He got a lot of damage done, and that pile in the main base turned out to be great. It really slowed a lot of the units down, allowed him to take out that third.